Okay, next company. He's ready. Are you?
Yes.
All righty then. All right, kids. Mr. Robert Tilford. So next up is Robert. This is his first time starting a business, but is not his first time being thrown into something new. Great job, Robert.
Thank you,
So
Ms.
everybody,
Blackwell.
Robert.
I do just want to say, though, I apologize. I was writing her a book. Dr. Resnick told me that it was a minute-long speech, so thank you for just keeping that to a sentence. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Robert Tilford. I just wanted to thank you all for coming about. I wanted to thank the investor panel and Dr. Resnick. I also wanted to thank my classmates, but most of all, I'd like to thank the parents that have been pushing us and driving us to continue this every day through the past 3 months. So thank you. Now, on a serious note, there is something that I wanted to bring up, and it's a story of mine that my grandmother told me. When she's involved in her church, Grand Island Baptist Church in Umatilla, Florida, and she went on a trip to the Dominican Republic. And on this trip, she was able to build houses for families that needed houses. Very cheap, very easy to make, and she spent her time doing that. Some of the living conditions, as you can see, are very poor there. And although this wasn't in the area, this was in part of areas that deal with the same problems in the Dominican Republic. Now in these pictures you see kids that really don't have a lot and are upset. Also you have kids in children's hospitals that need friends too. And may not always have that friend that's always there for them, but that's where my business comes into play. All Right Kids. I'm the CEO and founder of All Right Kids, and today the investors, I have the actual product with me. And I'd like to give it to each and one of you so you may get to see what exactly it is you are creating and being able to give to a child in need. Basically what it is a stuffed crochet animal, and in that, a child can hold it. It's very durable, and although that is white, it will be in beige and the elephant will be in gray. All Right Kids, like I said, provide handmade creatures or animals to children, and with these children will have their very own friend to call their own. What my business is it provides a kit. And within that kit, you have things such as yarn, stuffing, and the tools needed and the instructions, and a list of charities, organizations, or clubs that you can send these created buddies to. Now, what provides it and gives it a unique speciality is that once you create it, you yourself are able to choose where it goes to, who it goes to, as far as what charity. Charities such as Orphan Heart, which is the charity that my grandmother used to go to the Dominican Republic. As you can see, a couple of my strengths is that it's a one-of-a-kind business. There's really nothing like it. My competitors range from Samaritan's Purse to Tom's, where Samaritan's Purse is shoebox for kids, and Tom's is where you buy a pair of shoes. Although those come close to providing something for children, nothing on the market provides stuffed animals to children that you yourself create and have the choice of where that animal goes to. At my local high school, home of the Greyhounds, I did an experiment in my local high school. In the middle is my girlfriend, on the right, and on the left are 2 cadets that are in my JRTC program. And I went around not only in my JRTC program, but around the school with these stuffed animals and in my classes, and asked quite a few of the students if they would care to make one and be able to send it. And although I got positive feedback from most of them saying that they would love to make it, most of them said that they really wanted to have one for themselves. So that is where it came into the issue of how do I give something back to the consumer while still being able to give to the main reason. So with that, in each box, there will be 2 sets. And in those 2 sets, you yourself can create one to give to a child and one to create that you can give to yourself, or a child or grandson that you have. As you can see on the graph, my break-even point will be in November and December. That is due to the spirit of giving. That is when more people are known to buy items and to give more money out. Although it is very small in the beginning, that is because that's due to very limited marketing and starting off, which is just like every business, is you're gonna have to go down in order to get back up. This is my material profit order and everything. With that, at 250 units, the money that the investors would be giving me would be the break-even point with 250 units. Now, the prices for the stuffed animals, as you all have seen, the sizes do vary. And with the bunny rabbit, it is $34.99, and that's due to having not only one but two in the box itself, or kit. With the elephant, due to its smallness, it can be very easily created and does not require as much yarn. My startup cost would be close to $2,000, and that is for the insurance, the supplies needed to start off the business in order for the kits to get made and be able to be sent out. At the moment, I've already spent close to $100 of my own money, and I plan on trying to get at least $100 from my family by begging them on my knees, maybe with tears. Mom. So all I'm asking the investors for tonight is $1,700. Thank you for your time and consideration for All Right Kids.
Thank you. Investors, are you ready with questions?
So my initial reaction when I was reading the plan was that the price point, like $30 to $35, sounded like an awful lot.
Yes, sir.
Have you gotten any reaction from people about that price point? They look like it'd be fun to make and it's kind of cool that you can give one away. Have people been kind of willing to step up to that price level?
Although it is very pricey, at that time when I was giving the experiment out, I was still with the idea that it was only going to be a single one. More so now, I would probably have to go back through and interview the same people or try to find a better click, sort of say, in order to see whether or not that was too extreme. But when I was looking at other prices for such as Tom's, their Tom's shoes aren't anywhere near the price of that. They're a little bit more expensive. They range from like $40 to $50. So in my mind, I assumed that that was $10 less, and it's easier and more fun to create yourself.
How do you plan on marketing this product? I do like the 2-for-1, if you will, but how do you plan on marketing this product out?
I already actually have a Facebook page and a Twitter page. The Facebook page is All Right Kids, and the Twitter page is at All Right Kids USA. And with that, I'm still using the same program as what Funnel had spoken about. And in that, I have close to 200 people that have already looked at my page, and close to 100 likes on my Facebook page, and through Twitter also. And I also plan on using Google ad space for them, contacting them and trying to figure out whether or not if people type in quick leisure time activities for ages 18 and up, or whether or not they're looking for knitting ideas. My charity would pop up and they would be able to then purchase my product. And there's also a website named Etsy. I'm not sure if the investors have heard of it, but basically what it is it's a website that it's all yarn. And talking to them, well, I know it's all yarn, but it's different types. It's like the creative, like what I have that I'm showing you. And you would be able to buy the product or get ad space for that product for me.
So I'm a banker, so that makes me more autistic than artistic. How would I be able to make this product not having any kind of sewing or really creative abilities in my bones?
I agree with you on that part, and that's exactly what the YEA students had brought up to me, was that not maybe a lot of people know how to knit. And so the answer to your question then would be there's going to be interactive YouTube videos posted up on there, because as my mother says, there's anything and anything on YouTube to help you out. So.
Thank you very much. Makes you want to go knit, doesn't it? Well, with